5 keys you must master if you need to learn a Scrum Master job in this difficult moment. I know there've been a lot of layoff. I know many people are losing their job, but despite the fact that the market is difficult, hundreds of people are also getting jobs every day, and that can be you. That is why I want you to pay attention to all of these 5 different keys and how I've been able to apply them to help more than 200 people within the past 4 years learn and keep their job in difficult moments like these. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing them with you. Now, before we go ahead, I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, like, drop a comment, and number 3, share. And then, if that is you and you are willing to leverage this strategy to land your job in less than 90 days, before I share them, while you're listening, I want you to do one thing. Send me a direct message, send me a text message. I listened to your video today. I am ready. Now, if you do that, I have a special discount for you, especially most of those who have been trying to get into my program. Just send me, hey, I've been trying to get to your program, but then I want to leverage this strategy you are sharing with us today. It's a game-changing strategy. Now, let's get into what I call the golden strategy to get and keep a job in less than 90 days. The first one, which is very important, is the understanding. Now, why am I saying that your understanding is the number 1 key you need to succeed? You must first of all believe in yourself that you can do it. Many people have not been able to succeed simply because of the fact that they are believing what the market is saying, or they are believing what people told them, and they're believing what their past experiences have given to them. The result you have not been able to achieve is simply because of something you have not yet done. And most often, when we close up ourselves and we don't open up into experiencing a more better way of doing things, we are trapped in a process. I've seen so many people who come to my community and in less than 90 days, they grab a job, but they have been trying for the past 3 years. So the fact that you have been trying and nothing is working doesn't mean that nothing can work. So give yourself the permission to succeed. That is one thing that keeps so many people down. Now, the second is the practice. When you give yourself the permission to succeed, you now open up yourself to learn what has been keeping you on one spot. Now, the reason why many people are unable to break through is because they don't stay consistent during their practice. I've seen for the past 4 years, I've been training people on how to get a job with more than 200 people. Now, this is what I've seen the people who have used less than 90 days. They are consistent in their practice. They value it. Now, they don't just do things because I'm trying to learn this. They're doing things because they want to become what they are doing. If you're looking forward to engage in a practice that helps you to become, not a practice that you're just doing to learn, then this is what makes people. For some of you who have been able to attend some of my training and you have witnessed most of my coaches train, or even online, you witness most of my coaches talk, you realize that it's not something that was bettered, or it's not something that was created within 1 day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's something that we built for the past 4 years that have made them become the best. And that is what I am offering you today, the art of practicing. Now, practice is not about watching YouTube videos. Many people, they try on their own, and whenever they get a job, they still stand 90% of losing that job because they have not effectively practiced in order to earn what they have. Number 3, accountability. Now, many people have practiced, but then they are not staying accountable to what they are doing. What is accountability? Accountability is giving someone the authority to be able to follow up, giving someone the authority to be able to put you under subjection. In our community of practice, we take accountability very important. We classify the community into different levels, and we have constant assessment, which you must go through in order to move to the next level. So we don't work based on your terms. And this is where a lot of people get frustrated, trust me. And after we have trained them through this process, they'll realize, I now see where my problem is coming from. Many people come to my community and say, hey, Dr. Francis, I already know this, I already know this, I only want this. Say, yes, we know you already know this. But now the first thing would be to go through our first level assessment, which consists of a panel interview where we interview you to understand your mastery of Scrum. And when people come in and go through our first 2 weeks assessment, they'll realize how ignorant they have been. Because when they get an assessment, it's like, sorry, based on what you know, we can offer you a job. I was like, and many people try to defend themselves. I said this, but you said this, but this is what we're hearing. And this is the frustration that goes with many people for trying over and over and over. They're not having the job. They go to the first interview, second, third round, sorry, and they don't know what is happening. If you're looking for a space where we can evaluate you, listen to you, take an interview, and we give you feedback, then that is the kind of accountability that help you to know where to improve. We have more than 40 coaches within our community working in over 40 different environments. Now, this is the reality, and this is how rich the experiences we offer you in the processes. And this one makes us unique, right? We're not just like any other community where you pop in, do whatever you like. No. So if you come in and you don't follow all of these practices, this accountability, and you don't align to the system, it will still be surprising that you can be there for a year and you don't get a job. Now, success does not react to your emotion. Success react to how well you align with this principle. And if we've had more than 200 people go through the same process and they get a job, what about you? Now, the next thing, which is the fourth key, is the service. This is where a lot of people miss it. Many people are too entitled and they have the feeling that because I am doing this, I have to constantly do this. Or because I have access to this, it's mine forever. But when you are certified as a Scrum Master, you are not entitled to that certification. Although you have paid for it, you're not entitled to the knowledge unless you continuously service to become that knowledge. When you get to a community of practice, don't be entitled that because you pay some money, you must have a job. No, it's what you service. It's how you engage in what is there that helps you get a job. So many people like, you know what? All of this community are scam. I paid my money and nothing happened. Now, this is what many people don't do. And this is what you don't do. Number one, you come to training at the time you like. Secondly, you come and you're not present. You're either behind your camera doing something. Thirdly, you give too many excuses that limit the way you think. So because of this, you put in for 2 months and then you take a vacation for 1 week. When you come back, you reset back to zero. And you realize that you're going a forth and back journey without any result. The key to getting any result is staying true to yourself and staying consistent without compromise. If you can do that, trust me, the job is here. There is nothing that will stop you. I've seen people, I've worked with people who have been able to stay consistent and true to themselves. They always get the job. It doesn't matter how long it takes them. But I've also seen people, they're very inconsistent. They blame every system. They blame everybody on why they're unable to get a job. When you do that, you lose the value of success and you end up getting frustrated. Now, the last aspect I want to talk about is the growth. The growth is what many people don't want to do. Majority of people have just a PSM and they want a job. Some have a PSM and a SAFE and they feel like this is more than enough to get a job. No, an average person in the market now does not only have a PSM and CSM, they have a SAFE certification, they have an Agile Coach certification, they have a PMP certification. Most developers are now shifting into Scrum. So apart from getting the Scrum certification, they're also bringing in their developer certification. So you are competing against people who are well advanced. How do I know this? I'm in a space where I interview people. We go through resumes. And most of the people who are competing for Scrum interviews have been in the software industry for 16 years, 20 years. So there need to be something that makes you stand out. We push people to take, I'm having a release train engineer certification coming in. Many people will not see the value of doing that, despite the fact that we put that a very huge discount. We're having a webinar coming in to train people. Many people will not see the value of that. Now, the growth that you invest in is what gives you the result. So if you have a CSM, you have a PSM, and nothing is working, go for higher certification. Trust me, there is nobody who will listen to you, be outstanding, and not give you the job. So if you want to leverage all of these 5 aspects I spoke about to land a job, send me a direct message, send me a text message, look at my number, send me a text message. Like, you know what? I listened to this video. I think you're the one I'm talking about. If you do that, trust me, I'm going to offer you a very huge discount to get you started. Not because the value we're offering is cheap, but simply because you now understand what you need to do to get the result, and we are willing to work with you to get that result. I see you. Don't forget to like, share, and put a comment.